Hey everyone, and welcome for our first community convoy of 2023. It's great to have you all in the studio with us. If you're tuning in for the first time, welcome along. My name's Alex, I'm community manager here at SCS Software. We're also joined by Darius in the house down in the SCS studios in Prague. Darius, how you doing?
Hi, glad to be here. Abrupt or Lee is an awesome guy, so can't wait to chat and drive with him. Hopefully everybody will enjoy.
100%. Our special guest, looking very professional in their own green screen studio as well.
Yeah.
Loving it. AbruptGaming joining us for our first community convoy. Abrupt, how are you doing? It's great to have you along with us.
Doing excellent. Thank you guys so much for having me.
It's great to have you along. And for those who don't know you, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I've been a full-time content creator for 3 years, about since the pandemic happened. But I've been a truck driver for the last 14 years, so I still drive today.
You're still kind of doing a bit of streaming and a bit of trucking on the road in real life, and
yes, sir.
Also virtual trucking as well. All in one go, kind of juggling it all. That's awesome. That's really, really cool. And whereabouts are you from, if you don't mind us asking?
So I'm in United States. I live in Pennsylvania.
Oh, right.
So I was kind of forced into having a CDL. As soon as I turned 21, my dad basically told me I had no choice. So, so I've just been driving ever since.
So it kind of runs in the family. Is that what you're telling us?
Yes. Yeah.
Good to know. Well, we'll definitely get more into that a little bit later. I'm sure you got some stories to tell. But first of all, chat. It's great to see all of you as well. Thank you so much for all being here. Hope you enjoyed the little bit of intro music we had going on there. Darius, you've got a little bit to say about that, haven't you? That was kind of like your deal today.
Yeah, because earlier this week, me and Benny, we were like, why don't we add the music since we have the new graphic and everything is beautiful. And it worked out, which is awesome. So hopefully everybody enjoyed.
So if you have any DJ requests, send them over to Darius. If you want some Sean Paul or some Metallica or anything like that.
something that's totally gonna get us banned for copyright.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
So,
The fastest band in the West, exactly. So yeah, great to see all of you as well. Lots of familiar names coming back. We've also got some of our colleagues here as well. But I see the likes of Arrow's Realm and Hat Trick and Scott Muffley and Hyde Farmer and many others as well. Hopefully there's a few people lurking from your community as well that are Abrupt. I'm sure there is some people there.
I'm sure they're around.
Absolutely. So yeah, excited to get trucking. We're currently over in Texas. We're in Austin at the moment. It's a brand new DLC for American Truck Simulator. Of course, the Cruising Texas events just wrapped up recently, along with the Christmas World of Trucks events as well. So hopefully you managed to deliver those gifts in time and manage to get your Texas rewards as well. But let's take a look at the truck choices here, because speaking of Texas, Darius, you got a bit of a Wild West theme going on. Tell us more about it.
Yeah, I actually wanted to use Kenworth, but since we had like small technical issues before the start of the stream, I had to go back to Cascadia, but it's fine. It's totally fine. And I mean, I was using pretty much the same paint job. It was just Kenworth, and of course, this is part of the Wild West paint job pack, which is very fitting since we are right now in Texas in the game. So that is why.
Absolutely. I could not agree more. It's very, very fitting. And I mean, you would have joined us with, the Kenworths and the Peterbilts looking legendary over here. But I think it's a good truck to have for sure.
Yeah.
It's very nice indeed. And Abrupt, I've seen you've also gone for kind of a more classic choice, kind of like I have as well. I've got the Peterbilt rocking over here.
Yeah, I'd choose I'm kind of a bougie driver. I don't really like driving at night. I can't see anything, so I go with the day cab. Keep it clean. I'm more of like a show truck kind of guy.
Yeah.
I'm driving in real life. You get to drive all kinds of junk. So being able to drive something really nice on the game is definitely nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree more. And I've seen on your streams you drive a range of different trucks from different mods and stuff like that as well. So you're always in something different when you're on the road, right?
Yeah, and I do all my own skinning and everything. So I try to keep. Yeah, I do everything. I've learned so much from being a streamer. Like
that's awesome.
Trailers, trucks, all of it. Like community gives me ideas. I build it and we run with it.
I've seen there's this one truck that I saw of yours that you were driving. I'm not sure if you skinned it or not, but it was this really beautiful purple livery, and you had these really nice black rims on as well. I'm
Yep.
not sure what truck that was on, but that was
Was
a
that
really,
the Ford LTL?
I
I
believe
think
so.
that's yeah. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was a Ford LTL 9000. I actually just drove one. We just bought one at an auction and
Oh,
brought it
really?
home. I had my kids with me. It was pretty cool.
Do you plan to like kind of get that, fixed up and making it a little bit more clean, or what's your plans with it?
Yeah, it'll be back on the road. We're gonna be like we drill water wells and stuff, so it'll be put under one of our water well rigs, and um, yeah, we're gonna be cruising it.
That's
So
fantastic. Hey, good stuff. Some real life trucking experience as well. Uh, Me, which Darius, and myself have very little of, if any at all. But we do drive virtual trucks, so I think that kind of counts, right? I mean,
You
I
did drive a real truck last year, right?
okay. I mean, I did. I drove a DAF, but because it's brand new, it's not stick shift. It's automatic. It's got lots of fancy panels and electronics, and it was quite easy. But I'd love to kind of give the more technical kind of manual ones a go, where you really have to kind of
I'll tell you what,
work at
it's pretty realistic. I've had a couple friends just go through their CDL school,
Mhm.
and this was a game that they recommended. You know, like
Really?
the shifting and everything, it's all the same. The only difference you're not getting is the RPMs. You know, where your gears are when you got to downshift and upshift. You know, that's the only difference.
And speaking of shifting, I can see you got quite the setup going there. You've got a really mean looking shifter right there. Is that 18 speed you got there next to you?
Yeah, this is a 18 speed Eaton Fuller, and then I've also got a sim panel button box with your air brakes, your ignition, all of your toggles for your windows and everything.
Wicked. That is very, very cool. I know a few people with button boxes. I mean, you're basically halfway to building a truck there, right?
Listen, I get very nerdy when it comes to these things. If I'm not on the road, I want to be comfortable. Yeah.
Absolutely, I could not agree more. I'm sure your setup's going to grow over time. But enough talking about trucking. Let's actually get on the road. Darius, do you want to do us a favor and maybe check out what jobs we have on offer right now?
Yeah. In the meantime, you can tell us about your truck.
My truck,
Yeah.
yeah, I can do that. Well, I'm driving, obviously, the legendary here, Kenworth, as you can see there, just on Darius's camera as he drives by. Just thought, you know what, it feels right to be in Texas with a bit of a classic big truck. Go big or go home. They always tell us that, Texas, everything is bigger sort of deal. So I thought I'd bring the big boy out basically for a drive. And gotta say, I do like the classic paint job on it as well. So yeah, it's very nice indeed. But I'm excited to get driving with it. Excited to be on the road with Abrupt, and of course with all of you as well in our chat as well. So yeah, excited for it. What have we got? You found
Okay.
anything good, Darius?
Yeah, if it was up to me, I would probably take the one to Beaumont, but I can already see Chet is totally excited about us hauling something like this to Houston. So
How do you do with doubles, Abrupt? Is that something you've got experience with?
Yeah, so on my CDL, I have a Class A with doubles, triples, and tanker. I've never hauled triples, but I have hauled doubles a little bit. Short distance. So I mean, it's a little squirrely, but I'm game for anything.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's give it a go then. I'm pretty sure that Darius has picked the job for it. So if you head into your Convoy browser, you can copy the job and take the same job as him as well from the main menu there, and we can hook up and get moving shortly.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Let's go.
oh,
All right, well,
this is
I'm gonna
be fun.
get I'm gonna get out of Darius's way here because I feel like he's gonna need to pull out wide with that load there. For a second, I'm not gonna lie, I thought I left collisions on, but no, we're good.
Hey,
We're
you're lucky
Gucci.
you did. I don't know if you caught any of my streams, but I don't really follow the rules.
No? Oh, well, we try to stick to the rules, and then until we don't, and then it just kind of goes from there. So,
I actually, is the speed limiter on or off?
it's off.
Aha. Oh, yeah. Okay.
You remember what I said before the stream?
Yeah.
said.
Well.
Yeah.
All right. Keep it.
I gotta go
keep it
all the way
civil,
around the
guys.
back.
Okay, keep it civil. Just
Keep it
try to
civil.
follow the rules.
That is a big question. That is a big question to ask. Big ask. Apparently, I've got to go all the way around the back here to collect mine for some reason. They nicely place straws out the front, but apparently I've got to. Oh. Okay, that's a bit of a problem. Hang on 1 second.
Wait, what's going on? Wait, I need to see it.
Dave, I didn't realise you can't access it from the back, so I'm just gonna There you go. We're good now. Don't even worry about it.
Uh-huh.
I'm on my way now. I'm on my way.
Enough.
I've got the smallest truck right now. Like compared to your guys' trucks, my truck looks so small.
It does look small, but I'm sure it's got the power to haul. I'm sure.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's probably got the same engine in, so I think we'll be okay.
All right. Good stuff.
And it is a custom here during the community streams that the guest has to go first. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Forgot about that.
Well, let me back this thing up here a little bit.
This is all on you then, Abrupt, to lead the convoy. Don't go too fast for Darius. He gets lost quite easily. So.
I gotcha.
I mean, the speed limiter is off now, so we will see.
It's off. You should be okay. Let's go. He's already off. Look at that day cab go. Woo.
Hey, I can split the gears, highs, lows, everything.
That's
so
the thing. That
that
is the big advantage of having a stick shift and having the 18 speeds literally at your disposal. Is that I've seen it. They can fly. They can just take off and go with it. It's fantastic. So hope you have the no damage mod on. We don't. Damage is fully enabled for this trip.
Yep.
So,
yeah, I'm gonna be. This might be the first time I ever follow every single rule.
Seatbelts on, chat. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. All right, good stuff. Well, this way it gets a bit fun. This is where we have to kind of concentrate on the road and ask you some questions and put you on the hot seat while you're driving. So we kind of talked about trucks a little bit. You said you'd like to swap around a lot, but do you have any favorites that you like to drive?
Oh man, I'm kind of just a Peterbilt guy. I like them all, but I like the long noses better than the conventional over the road trucks like you guys are running right now.
Right. Yeah.
It's getting harder and harder to find manual trucks anymore. People are hiring people right out of driving school, and doing that. They're keeping most of their trucks all automatic. But I'm just a fan of trucks. I'm not really a car guy. You see those people that they're driving down the road. They're like, oh man, look at that car. Look at that truck. Look at that thing.
That's good stuff. Yeah, no, I think I'm the same as well. Like, ever since I've gone into truck simulators, you never look at the road the same, right? You kind of look at things that people don't usually care about. So that's really cool stuff. But also one thing we like to ask as well on the stream is about, I guess, nickname. Now you've gone for the tag of Abrupt Gaming. Was there a reason behind that?
So back in the day when Xbox Live first come out, right?
Right. Okay.
They had this like auto name generator, and I was still pretty young. I think I was in like 6th grade. I wasn't really creative, So like it was just naming off all kinds of stuff, and it came up with Abrupt Chaos, and I'm like, hey, that sounds pretty cool. I'm gonna run with that. So that gamer tag is still active today. Wow. I still have it.
That's rare.
Yeah, I still have it, so I went with Abrupt Gaming as my name, and there's a couple other Abrupts out there, but there's only one of me, so
right.
That's cool.
I got it. Oh, I'm seeing some. Are you seeing these?
Missed a gear. It's not that I missed it. Okay, so this thing every once in a while it'll tell me that. It drops a gear. It's completely wrong. I don't miss gears. It's 100%.
100%. Yeah, perfection. There's no issues happening here for sure. But that's an interesting history. And I was actually thinking about that the other day. It must be so hard for new users to kind of find gamer tags these days, because think about how many have been used and combinations and numbers and everything. You had the era of Call of Duty where everyone was using XXX in their name and 420s and whatnot as well. So it must be really hard to find a good one out there. So to have Abrupt Chaos or Abrupt Gaming, that's a good one to have.
It is hard, but you also have to look like if you're doing something like this, like as a content creator, there may be 20 different variants of your name, but how many of them actually stuck with it and kept pushing through? And that's what I thought. When I made mine, there was 2 other ones that I knew right off the get-go. They weren't that far ahead of me, so I was like, I'm gonna try. I think I can make it. And I stuck with it. So
That's good stuff. Well, I'm glad it was just a random name generator rather than actually having some sort of abrupt chaos while you're trucking or something along those lines. So good to know on that front. But speaking of streams and obviously what we're doing right now, where did it all begin for you? How did you find out about streaming? How did you get into it?
So it's kind of funny. Like, so I have 4 kids, and my kids started getting real big into like, they were watching, all kinds of different streamers, and they're like, "Hey, Dad, look at this guy! Isn't he awesome?" I'm like, I think I'm funnier than him. Like, like I play games too, don't you know? They're like, "Oh, but he's a streamer." So I guess I kind of started looking at it like, if those guys are doing it, I could do it. I'm gonna give it a shot. And right about that time, the pandemic started hitting and everything, so we were home a lot more.
Right.
And, I told my wife, I said, I'm going to make a small investment and I'm going to give it a go. Well, we did it. And before I knew it, like, I was all in, man. We were constantly upgrading and doing different things. And, but to this day, my kids, they tell people that I'm a streamer, but they don't really watch me, so I guess it didn't work out 100%. I'm not playing their kind of games. I'm out here virtual trucking, farming, all kinds of different stuff, and they're into different stuff.
Right, gotcha. Yeah. No, I mean, I can tell that you've kind of taken that small investment, as you said, and turned it into something big, of course, with your setup that you got going on. Looking and sounding great with your camera and your gear and everything like that. So, would you say that in the beginning it was hard for you? Or
I think the hardest part for me was, I've been in the oil and gas industry my whole life. So I played video games, but never to this extent. So I didn't really know a whole lot about it. And when I first started, I was on console, and it just turned into me one day going across Facebook, and I seen somebody driving. I'm like, what is this game? I've got to look at this. And that was the day. Like, this is the game that made me have a long conversation with my wife and explain to her why it was necessary that I bought a PC, got a wheel and everything. I definitely, I mean, it was a huge learning curve, but upgrading a little bit at a time over the last couple of years, I've been able to build a pretty cool setup, and it's definitely this game, American Truck Simulator, Euro Truck Simulator. This game is, what's actually jump started my streaming career, because without it, I would have never grown to where I was. But I was able to talk the truck lingo and kind of just run through everything with the viewers, and I got lucky, man. They loved it.
Ah, that's fantastic to hear. Well, first of all, apologies to the wife, and also your wallet as well. People usually pick up our game for maybe a few dollars if it's on sale or something like that, but then end up having to invest in basically half a truck cab setup in their room just because they enjoy it so much. But we're really glad to hear that. We really like that. Our community is so passionate, and they really want to have a great time trucking together, and make it as realistic possible, and kind of enjoy it how they want to enjoy trucking, kind of whether that be stress-free or with friends, or like yourself, you mentioned you did deliveries and stuff like that as well. So that's really cool to hear.
But I think that is the smartest and best way to start whenever you are creating content. Like, start small, and then if it sticks, you're gonna get more and more stuff, which at least I understood it from your story that's what you've done. So that's probably the best way.
I have 3 years worth of investing back into it. So when I first started, it was nothing. Like, I was super proud of what I'd built at that time, but looking at it now, it's like, how did I do it back then? Like, how did I do that? Innovating, man. You guys know Riot Stream, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so Ryan is, super awesome, man, and going through his videos and stuff, he was definitely somebody I looked towards and watched what he was doing, and kind of just started building off of what he was doing. And he's a real trucker as well. We're from the same state and everything.
Oh, right, nice. Okay,
so he's pretty cool.
Yeah, we need to get over to you guys, because I met him when we went to Seattle for PAX West, and he came
Yeah.
over just to meet up with us pretty much, and it was great. So we need to get back to you guys over on the East Coast at some point, or head over your way just to say hello again, because it's been a while. But that's really cool that you got to connect up with him, and now you're buds and kind of chucking together as well. And it kind of weirds me out, I'm not gonna lie, a little bit, to know that there's also truckers who do this for a job also enjoying our game kind of after hours. Do you find that people ask you about that a lot, and why you doing so much?
When I first started, I still had probably a good solid year or so where I was still working, and I'd come home. For me at that time, like, the game, I'm very, very passionate about the trucking and everything, but once I got on a live stream, it wasn't just the game, it was if you watch my live streams, I'm swerving all over the place. It's because I try to read every single comment that comes through. So in a 2 or 3 hour stream, there 1,000+ comments. I try to read every one of them.
That's a tough challenge.
And you don't even you ever drive down the road on a long trip, and then you look over and you drove 100 miles and you don't remember how the heck you got there.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, daydreaming. Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what makes it so much different. And I think that's why people are able to play it so much, because there's so many different things. You got all these Discord communities and different streaming communities. There's always convoys and stuff going on. There's all kinds of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Like a lot of our community members are in VTCs. I'm not sure if you have your own VTC group as well, or like a little community that you truck with. And it's honestly great to see how the community has come together. Of course, our chat as well, it's pretty cool. I see you out there chatting away. Of course, I also find it hard to chat and drive at the same time. It's something that I'm not very well good with, but we do our best.
I actually have to say that, when you say that you are trying to read all the comments, or as many comments as possible, that's really nice, because I mean, it's not a criticism or anything, but sometimes you have content creators that do not really have that many viewers, many chatters, and they are somehow very selective about what they are going to respond to, what they are going to read. And whenever
I find with simulators, it allows you to be a lot more open with your community. Simulators has a lot more relaxed community compared to a Call of Duty or something. When you're playing Warzone or Fortnite or something like that, you're able to still keep chat, but there's times where it gets so busy, that you can't even focus on it, and you miss so much. As to where with games like this, I can hit a red light and I can sit here and go through. If I have 1,000 comments come through, I may miss 10 or 15, and I'm not even exaggerating that. I try to read as fast as I possibly can. That's my number one goal, is just to hit as many as I possibly can.
That's awesome. It's great to hear that you're so passionate about your community, and I imagine you've seen it grow quite a lot over your time of streaming now, from your very first viewers to what it is today. And I'm sure you're appreciative of your community that hang about and support your streams as well. Is there anybody that you kind of want to give a little shout out to while we're talking about them?
Honestly, there's so many, it's hard to name. My mods have probably been the biggest ones, because there were so many times what kicked off for me was, I was averaging probably 40 to 50 viewers before I started in the ATS community. And one day I looked over and I had almost 7,000 people in there watching, and I was scared.
I was gonna say that must have been like a mini heart attack.
I mean, it was like an adrenaline rush like you wouldn't believe, and there was so much happening. I couldn't even focus on what all was coming through, and my mods were there trying to keep everything as clean as possible. And all of my mods have been with me since day one.
Nice.
It's crazy to think there's people that have been following for 1,000+ days, but just everybody. Honestly, the community's so loyal. These sim communities are so loyal. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, you get a really nice lot of groups that come out and some real nice people that you meet who are always there to support you and have a chat and say hello, whether they're there for 30 seconds or 30 hours. It's always nice to have them around.
You are saying that the community is nice and everything, like you are pointing to others, but I have to say that you are nice, very nice yourself. And I have an example why, because when I started working at ACS it was over a year and a half. I don't know. It's almost been 2 years ago, and
Wow.
I
It's gone
remember
fast.
I wrote an massive email to a lot of content creators because I was told that I need to introduce myself as a new community manager, and I got some responses, but I think your response was one of the very first ones, and it was very nice. It was like, me and the community, we are looking forward to working with you. SCS has been awesome so far and stuff like that. And it was very, it was like such a boost, you know, to start at a company and work with content creators, and then all of a sudden you get such a nice feedback. So yeah, I just wanted to say
Thank
that.
you.
I just wanted to get it out because I think it was awesome. It was very nice of you to respond like that.
I appreciate it. I mean, I was truthful. Listen, there's a lot of content creators out there playing the games that they love every day, a lot more than me. But those game developers, they don't acknowledge it the same way, you know. And I think it goes back to like what I was saying about, you know, these types of communities. It's a big community, but it's not so big. Like everybody pretty much knows each other. People from Twitch to Facebook to wherever, you know, everybody kind of just knows each other. It's crazy. It really is. It's mind blowing sometimes, but I do appreciate it.
No, I couldn't agree more. No matter where I've been, there's always been lots of happy faces and people kind of enjoying the trucking and everything else in between. So it's great to see how our communities come together to support different people and much like yourself. And it's it's kind of like what you give, you kind of get back, and I can see that going around with your community is very positive and stuff like that as well. So it's great to hear. Also, this is an interesting entrance. We're heading into the port right here in
I've got to say these ports. Yeah, I'm so excited about these. When I came in here, it just blew my mind by how much detail was in here. This is the best part about Texas. Like all these ports and everything, I love it.
That's great. Have you visited
So
Texas
good.
yourself then in real life, or?
Oh yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
have, so you're quite familiar with it.
I'm missing Alaska and Maine. Those are the only states I haven't hit in real life.
Wow,
So-
you've really traveled then. And is that all through work, or is it just on like vacations and such
Work
like that?
and, you know, like I was working a couple weeks out of the month, and when I had time off, you know, as a single guy, I would kind of just take off and go see somewhere new if I was close by, and then, you know, me and my wife travel a good bit. So
Well, hopefully we can hit up all the states as well as we slowly work our way across to the east.
Yeah.
In the chat, Mark Verstappen asking, have you been to Hawaii too?
I've been to Hawaii, yes sir.
Nice.
Yeah, that was probably one of my best ones. That's kind of like my Vegas. Okay, what happened there, we're not going to talk about.
That's like my parents as well. They say that too, because that's where their honeymoon was. So I mean, yeah. No, I heard it's beautiful over there. Never been to Hawaii, but I would like to at some point.
It is
good
nice.
stuff.
It is nice.
So that's cool. But I mean, the problem is now with you know how we're moving across the states here in American Truck Simulator, speaking to develop more areas. Of course, a lot of us haven't been to these places, and it just makes me want to get there more. You know, to go out to Colorado, to go out to Washington, to go out to Nevada. You know, it'd be great to visit all these places, and I'm sure as we continue forward with it as well, it'll make me want to add more places on the list of places to visit. I'm sure Darius can echo the same.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if it's gonna give me a hard parking again, because
yeah,
that's what happened
we'll
the
find
last time.
out.
Oh, thankfully it's working.
I don't
as
think you can really
intended,
do hard
so-
parking. It's all usually pretty straight kind of drop-offs.
No,
and-
it's like you remember when I was hauling doubles. I think it was in ETS2, and all of a sudden I get hard parking with doubles. So yeah.
You gotta back it in.
No, I
Oh.
just. Oh, everything okay?
was that you hitting a corner or?
No, I had to back up a little bit.
Okay. No worries. I gotta say, it's a pretty interesting cargo to jump off here. It's
These ports are amazing. They really are. For you guys that haven't been to these places, to come out with something like this is just mind blowing. Like this is probably the most detailed loading areas in the game. Like it's so cool.
Have you ever delivered to a port like this in real life?
No, I've seen them, but I've never delivered to one. So, you know, I've had my CDL for going on 14 years. I've done a couple months over the road, but mainly everything I've done was all local. Lots of low boy. I've hauled pretty much any type of equipment and pipe you can think of. So a lot of the stuff on here is, I get super nerdy about when it comes to mods with crazy loads and stuff. I'm all about it.
That's cool. Do you have like a favorite load to haul on here, or do you have like a mod or anything like that?
Like farming equipment. There's some really cool mods for like big bud tractors, John Deere's, like the 9R harvesters, like all of it. Like it's just there's so much on there.
Hell yeah! No, there's some really good stuff out there. Oh, you okay?
No, I think I'm gonna be stuck in here.
You're gonna you made a
Seriously,
turn and now you
I'm
can't
gonna
get
be
out.
stuck because like when I no, I think it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Yeah, should be fine. Yeah.
You tried to turn down a wrong lane.
Yeah,
or...
it's gonna be fine. No problem. No problem. Absolutely nothing happened. No one saw anything. Perfect. Yeah. I just wanted to head out to search for another job. Did I get stuck again?
Oh my goodness, Darius.
Same way. Imagine that. Same way I got stuck. Unbelievable.
I think you should need a smaller truck. I think that's what it is.
No, I thought that I actually have this one. It's just like
I think that's just too much truck for you.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. I think you've gone too big too quickly. I think you need to give yourself a little bit of smaller one.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go around.
Sure.
I'm just gonna go around.
This is like an Austin Powers moment.
Listen,
it is, isn't it?
I see the way now. I see the way, okay?
You see the way?
Yes, perfect. A real trucker is showing me the way, so yeah.
Alright. Do I risk it? Should I risk it?
I think if you back up a little bit and go back in, I think you got it.
I mean, it is definitely doable. It's just like...
That
okay.
wasn't so hard.
Oh, look at that.
What's that?
Now that's a pro.
What was that? What's so hard about that? I mean, well, hold up. Hey.
Okay, let's see. I'm just gonna check if we have one more job here.
Yeah, let's have
something
because we got something we gotta look for.
Something that's not gonna go through. Yeah, something. I mean, this is impressive though. Like when you see
that's a long journey. I mean, it's a cool cargo, but I think the journey's a little bit too long. Going all the way up to Washington from Texas, we might be here for a little while for that.
That's a heavy load too, especially with these stock trucks. That'd take a little bit.
Okay, well, how about we take this one? I'm not sure if we're gonna finish it, but I assume we're gonna get at least to the border here or somewhere around here.
You think? I think you underestimate the size of Texas.
Okay, so we're gonna get somewhere around here.
I think you underestimate it. I mean, we can take a jump and then not finish it, I guess. Yeah, let's do that. All right, let's grab that same load then. Chat, if you're still with us, if you're still watching, welcome along. We're joined by AbruptGaming here. Make sure to give him a follow on the socials. Being spammed in the chat by our Nightbot. Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. Also on his Twitch channel, where you can find all of his socials linked down below as well. Abrupt, when are you usually streaming, by the way? When's your schedule?
So, man, I am the worst. So, I used to run a very, very strict stream schedule, and one of the things of being a content creator is, kind of like the freedom to kind of just, play as you want and kind of just do what you want. And I felt like it gave me like unneeded stress saying I had to be on at like 7 p.m. So what I usually tell my community is I'm going to be live around 7 or 8. Don't hold me to it, but it's going to be in that general area. So if I'm not working, I try to get on super early. But if I am working, it's usually in the evening sometime. I try to, utilize my Discord as much as possible, let everybody know and keep them up to date. But it kind of varies day to day.
Got it. So basically, keep an eye on the social for updates. You'll see when you go live. And you're predominantly on Facebook for the streams, right?
As of right now, I am. I've been working towards here in the last 5 or 6 months. I've really been diversifying. Just with everything that's going on, it's diversification. I think is very much needed. So I've been utilizing Twitch a lot more, TikTok. I'm kind of everywhere.
Okay.
I'm on Twitch. Actually, I'll probably be on Twitch a lot more here in the next couple weeks.
Okay, good stuff. Well, there you can find him on Twitch as well. Darius, before we leave the port, right?
Yeah.
I have something I want to do.
Oh, I thought you're gonna point out the fact that I actually took the wrong turn and I'm leading.
No,
us.
not at all. No.
So,
I didn't even
nothing
notice
is
that.
happening. Nothing is happening.
But I kind of want to do something. All right. Can we? Yeah. If you go back that way, right? Turn left when you get down the end of that row of cargo, right? Hear me out, right?
Yeah.
And then come to where I am, if you can see me on the map. You'll see me at the end of that road when you turn left. Okay. So when you get down here, we've never done this before. This just came to my mind. Hear me out, right? There's 3 lanes, and there's a long road. Do you want to do a mini drag race?
I mean,
and see what happens?
Sure. It's just we have to turn around somewhere.
We can deal. That's something for future us to deal with. It's fine. We can. Yeah.
I have to. Well, that's the problem that my present me has to figure it out because Oh, okay. I'm just gonna fall. Wait. Oh, that was smooth. That was really smooth.
You can tell he does.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
It's almost like it's his job or something. It's almost it's almost like he does this for a living. It's crazy. That's wild. That is. All right. So I'm fully expecting to lose here, right? I'm on automatic. Darius, I'm assuming you're on automatic as well. I feel like Abrupt is already revving, so you can tell he's done this before, right? So we've never done this on the stream before, chat. This may never happen again because Nimro might ban us for this, but it's fine. It's okay. Do you know what? I just saw the opportunity. I was like, there's 3 lanes, there's 3 trucks. It's too perfect. So forgive me. Basically, don't crash at the end, but let's see how far we can all go and who can take the lead.
Okay, but so the finishing line is where?
Where the wall is, I guess. At the very end, there's this barrier. Okay, hang on. Let's call it hang on. I'm gonna. Can you see that far? Hey, wow. I've just.
I can just pour it there. Hold on.
Wait. Yeah. If you go down towards the end, right, you see that last set of barriers where the gap is, just the very last gap before the wall. That's the end there. What do you say?
Oh man, I'm gonna drift it. I'm gonna drift it around that corner.
Not that gap. The one before. Not that gap. The one before. Where the yellow is.
I'm just gonna crash the barrier and we call it a day. Okay.
Is this a good idea? Sammy? Probably not. Don't clip this. Okay. All right, Darius, Abrupt. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
We need some sort of a sound cue or something.
I'm just going to count them down. Okay, so on go, we're just going to go for it, okay? Yeah. He's already going. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Oh, you can feel the weight with these trailers. This is where I'm fully expecting Abrupt shifting to come into play. Look at him. Oh my goodness. Look at him go.
Unbelievable.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Let's go, baby.
Oh, he's going. Oh, he's got it. I'm going to be last. I can't believe this. Dust has been eaten. That's it. He's won. Slow down.
What a rigged competition. Would you believe that? Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Wow. Dang. Okay. That's crazy. Guys who called out the other guys. Yeah, manual stick shift and a bigger power plant. What a chat.
Makes a huge difference. It really does, especially in the mountains. You get over in like Wyoming, Montana area, man, you are talking huge difference going up them hills. Being able, everybody else that's running automatics or even just a regular shifter, they can't get those highs and lows, and that makes a huge difference when running up through the mountains.
Chat, if you've ever needed more of a reason to go stick shift in your truck sim rig, there it is. There it is, and I'm pretty sure there's a couple of racetracks hanging around American Truck Simulator too. So,
yes,
all right,
sir.
Let's disappear out of here. Let's make a move. Let's find the exit somewhere. Sorry, Darius, I didn't mean to break so hard there on you.
No, it's fine.
Okay. Ooh, swing a ride. There we go. Good stuff. Well, GG on that, Abrupt.
I mean, it's because it's a Peterbilt. That's the only reason.
Of course he's gonna say that. Of course he's that. Hashtag not sponsored. It's a Peterbilt. That's it. No, we'll be back. We got to redo that one day. I feel like doing a stream like that with like having like some sort of championship would be pretty fun, but I don't think a lot of people would agree with it in our company. But whatever. It is what it is.
I just want to put on the record that Alex put me up to this. So just
it was my idea.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
Just for the future.
I'm sure that chat. If I get in trouble, will you back me up, chat?
I mean, I think the champion could get another ATS shirt. I got one for Wyoming, which was super cool. I still got it in the bag and everything.
All right. We'll see what we can't do. Maybe we'll see what we can't do. All right. Time is flying. Let's get on with some more questions. Let's head into what we like to call our hot kind of questions round, where we have quite a few questions about our game, and then at the end of that, there's a big question that we have for you. So we'll have to give you some thinking time for that one. But let's get on the road and let's start asking those questions. First question. This should be an easy one, but I don't know. You may surprise us. Do you prefer ETS or ATS?
Okay, so I'm on the fence about this one.
Oh, okay,
this is a tough one. Okay, so I prefer driving in ETS, and the reason why is because the game is 100% like there. It's got all the perks and stuff,
Right. Okay.
And I love the American trucks. But I love taking an American truck and put it in an ETS because it's so tiny. Everything's so small. It's all right there. But new. I love anything new. So
you're all about the new content. You're looking forward to all the new stuff that's coming out.
Yeah, like I think one of the coolest things about going into like ETS is, you get to jump over there and you be like, oh, I wonder if they're going to do this on American Truck Simulator. I wonder if they're going to do this. Because there's a lot. There's so much. And, like just jumping in for the first time. I remember the first time I did it after playing this, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, how have I been missing this? I'm a big fan of both.
I guess there's a lot of things there that you don't expect to see, and there's places you've never explored, and landmarks and stuff like that. So yeah, it makes sense. That makes complete sense. I honestly thought outright you were going to say American Truck Simulator, so you definitely surprised me there.
I mean, it's. I'm on the fence about it. I love cruising the American roads and all the new states and everything, but just seeing everything that's been put into action on ETS is super exciting to see. Even if American Truck Sim gets just a little bit of it as we go east, I think it's going to be awesome.
That's all. I mean, there's a lot of exciting stuff planned for both titles, which you may not have seen in the Christmas stream that we had with Pavel. Yeah. But lots of exciting stuff and more. So look forward to sharing with all of you in the future what is to come and what's happening in the future. Lots of speculation, of course, you can find around the place. All right, second question. Speaking of DLCs and such, do you have like a favorite state or DLC to drive in?
So I love Texas, but I've got to say Wyoming. And the reason why I say Wyoming is because that's where I'm actually originally from.
Oh, okay, no kidding.
I've lived in Pennsylvania for probably 13, 14 years now, but whenever Wyoming was released, I actually got to do some beta testing on it, like a week or two early, I think is what it was. And the main area is right up by Yellowstone. That's my area where I grew up. So it was so realistic. It just looked so close to the way it actually is. It was just mind blowing. Yeah, and then you guys actually sent me a shirt, a Wyoming American Truck Simulator shirt, and I just made it even better. So like that whole, I've never even opened it. I'm gonna frame it. I'm definitely framing it. I am. Yeah.
Never even worn it. That's crazy.
I'm in the process of making a new game room right now. So I've got all kinds of different merch and stuff I plan on putting up.
Yo, that's really, really cool. What other bits are going in there then? You got stuff from other games in there as well?
So yeah, so like I'm kind of getting away from the whole green screen. I'm doing like a whole actual like room layout. It's gonna have like couch and TV and stuff. And but I'm a huge fan of streamers when I'm not streaming. So I enjoy jumping on and watching all them. And I've got all kinds of different merch from other streamers. I'm gonna hang it all up. I'm just gonna have like a wall of fame.
That's
just
really
put
cool.
Everybody up there.
I'm looking forward to seeing how that all turns out for sure. Oh, we got stuck on a red light here.
Stuck on a red light and in traffic.
Yeah, even worse.
Did I run that light?
No, you didn't. It was green at the time, but you're good. All right. So when it comes to parking, do you prefer that it's a little bit easier and you can take it easy, or do you prefer a little bit of a challenge when it comes to it?
So I like the challenge. Most of my back ends I do in the cab on stream, and and I just use I'll pop the mirrors up, but I like the challenge. I usually always go for the challenge. I think one of the hardest parts about this game for me was learning how to drive out of the cab for my community, because a lot of people like seeing what it looks like on the outside. It was so tough for me. It was hard for me to wrap my brain around it. And people would be like, how can you drive like that? Well, it's not really just about what I want, because if I wanted it, I'd be in the cab all the time. But everybody likes seeing all the beautiful landscape. They like seeing the game. They like seeing the trucks, what you're hauling,
Yeah. No, I couldn't agree more. Let's pull over again probably and wait for Darius, because he's lagging behind still. But
can you do a flash?
Yes, I can do a flash as well. You said you don't like driving at night, so we'll change the time real quick as well.
Everybody watch your eyeballs.
Everyone watch your eyeballs, exactly.
Cover your ears. I mean, eyes.
Cover your ears. Oh, I mean,
come.
Didn't flash anyway.
Hey, that's my trick. Come on.
That's okay. But speaking of, I mean, I like that you do all your stuff in cab. It's definitely a challenge when it does that. Do you have any tips for our user base or players, that who want to kind of perfect their parking more, or having some troubles backing up a trailer? How would you say it's a good tip for them?
I would say start with the longer trailers. The longer the trailer, the easier it is to park.
Okay.
The smaller trailers, they get a little squirrely, so just take your time. If there's anybody ever, in real life, I always told people, anybody ever tries to tell you got to do it faster, tell them to get into it, because safe is better. But in the game, I mean, if you wreck, you wreck. So
it is what it is, right? It is what it is.
Yes, sir.
But it definitely can be challenging with the smaller ones. Obviously, some people like to try and use different views. Would you suggest people try doing outside stuff, or do you feel like it'll take them off their game if they
No, I mean, you could learn a lot by watching how your trailer reacts. Obviously, if your axle's on your trailer all the way at the back of your trailer, it's gonna go a little bit. It's gonna be a little bit more delayed, as it's gonna turn on its rear end compared to axles that are further up. If you look at that, you can kind of chase it in pretty easy. But I mean, it's just play the game. Play the game and get a feel for it. You'll figure it out real quick.
I like that. Just play the game. Just figure it out. It'll be good. And keeping on the subject of trailers, I kind of feel like I know what you're going to say for this one, but let's go with it anyway. We like to ask do you prefer a heavy and long trailer, or kind of a short and light one to kind of cruise at speed with?
So I like them longer. I think size does matter when it comes to the trailers we're using here. But at the same time, you can't always get I recommend try changing every freaking trailer you can in the game, because when you do it, you're gonna find loads that you've never even seen before. Your flatbeds to your low boys, you know, like step decks, they all have different loads, and you're not gonna find them unless you try changing it up a little bit. You know, especially if you guys start getting into the mods and stuff. There's some really neat loads out there. There really is.
There's really kind of like a big range of different mods out there that you can
There
find on the
is.
Steam Workshop and other places as well. And I see mad respect to all of those who are part of the modding community out there. And you mentioned yourself you do a little bit of livery work and stuff like that as well. How did you get into that?
Just streaming. So like I got into Photoshop, and you know, I found a bunch of people were running like custom trucks and everything, and I started watching some YouTube videos, and before I knew it, like I was running the mod studio, and you know, just designing trucks. And I was doing, at the time I was streaming 3 times a day. I was doing 2 hours each stream, and I would run a new truck every stream. I've made hundreds of different trucks. I've done cereal, energy drinks, like you name it, I've done it.
No kidding.
You know, and tried to make them as realistic as possible. And people from the community, if they're like, I actually have a lot of real life truck drivers in my community, so I would ask them to send me pictures of their trucks, and I would design their truck with what they normally haul, their logos, whether it's a self-owned company or, you know, a big name brand company. I would make their truck identical and run them. Super cool, super fun.
That is really cool. Yeah, and obviously I was gonna say, like, a lot of people would request stuff like that as well to kind of see even their own trucks. I know we've heard a lot of stories of maybe retired truckers who have recreated their own old, you know, vehicle and truck and cab back in the day and stuff like that. It can be very rewarding, for sure.
I gotta stop in this way station.
You gotta stop? All
Yeah,
right,
I
I gotta
stopped as
stop.
well.
I don't have to. I can pass, but I'll stick behind you anyway. I'll say hello to the agents here. Yeah, I'm just following these guys. So as we're coming into the way station, this may weigh heavily on your shoulders in terms of, it's a big question, right? We like to ask this question to anybody that comes be a guest on our streams, and the question is, and you can have multiple answers, so we can give you some time to think as well. If you could bring any DLC or feature or update or just about anything you can think of for the game, what would you like to see?
High speed chases.
High speed chases. That's one I was
am a
expecting to
rule
hear.
breaker, okay? Like,
Okay.
bring it on, you know?
Yeah. Okay. So you'd like to see like more law enforcement stuff? Is that what you'd like to see?
I think it would be neat, you know, if you choose to drive realistically. You know, like we get speeding tickets and traffic violations right now, but it'd be cool to have like that pullover feature, you know? It don't have to be a high speed chase, but it would be neat to just to add that little bit more realism. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there's some people doing some you know, like ATS role play, and they have like cop cars, and they've got escort vehicles, and they're driving, they're talking. It is really neat. You guys should look it up if you haven't seen it. It's
I've
really
not seen
cool.
that. Is that on YouTube or is that a certain
It's
streamer that does
all
that
over
or something?
YouTube. Riot Stream's actually been doing a little bit of it with his escort vehicles. He had like a DOT van the other day.
I saw the DOT van clip where he was trying to pull a trucker over mid-highway drive to see his...
That's content, man. That's funny.
That
and
is
you know,
funny.
you could really open it up and change the whole convoy scenario completely. It'd be cool.
That's fantastic. Oh, well, we'll definitely keep that in mind. Is there anything else about the game, you know, coming from somebody who drives trucks, you know, yourself, any sort of like vehicles or updates or realism changes you would like to see?
I mean, like, so it's hard for me because I find myself being more realistic when I'm off stream.
Right.
And it's just because when I'm over here reading chat and my foot is down, I've got a, you know, 10,000 horsepower motor. I'm basically flying,
right.
You know? And, I mean, it's hard to say because, like, to me, the realism's already there. If you play it that way, it really is. It's so realistic. I mean, I think you guys got it. I really do. I think you're already there with it. Just you know, keep developing and bring them states in, man. I know everybody's super excited about it. They get so impatient, but what I try to tell my community is, they're basically designing a whole new game. Every state, look at the detail, look at everything that's on here. Look how long it takes you to drive from one side of Texas to the other. Like that's detail, and it takes a while.
It does. No, well, we appreciate it. No. Honestly, I'm sure all of our map teams and everyone else behind the scenes have always love hearing these sort of comments. So we always appreciate it when we do hear them. So, and of course, very excited to bring out some of our future states, including Oklahoma. And some exciting stuff coming in the works there as well. So no, those are some cool suggestions. We appreciate the compliments as well. And we appreciate you as well in your community, and of course all that you do for us as well. Of course, it may not seem like it, but just having your own little community there and kind of putting in your time and your hours into trucking with people, and it means a lot to us as well. We really do appreciate our community as well. So it's good. It's good stuff.
I think everybody can see that you guys appreciate. I mean, what we're doing right now. This is like felt like a little kid whenever you messaged me and invited me on here. Like I'm like, man, like this is like my dream. Like this is like a kid dream for me. You get sucked into these games, and you don't really get the chance to talk with people like you guys. It's just not something that happens. So to have, game developers and the community, so involved I think everybody can appreciate that. So thank you guys.
Thank you. No, appreciate the comments, and we'll keep doing our best. And of course, if you have any recommends yourself on who we could bring on the stream next, or who we should try and get in contact with this, then definitely let us know. We'd be interested to know. And of course, again, hopefully one day we'll get to visit over your way, and we'll meet up in real life at some point if we're ever passing paths.
Maybe one day we can switch it up, and maybe one day we will come to your stream.
Maybe.
Hey, that'd be cool.
That'd be cool. Yeah,
that'd be cool.
He'll give us all a modded truck to go wild in.
Hey, I will build you guys whatever you want. I got you.
2,000 horsepower.
I've been doing like the dangerous roads, like roads of life, and we've changed the front axles, so it's front wheel drive with 25,000 horsepower motors, because there's no way you'll ever be able to climb the hills that are on there. And just to change it up completely, just go absolutely crazy. It's so much fun.
I've seen some of those mods people have created with the crazy dangerous roads, and really tight, and just either side of the road is like a drop down cliff, and that's some crazy.
So like I've actually started. I've made my own trucks, like through Blender and everything, like completely designed them. I've modified bumpers, and because like on my convoys we have like certain times where we all just get together and it's like Wreckfest on ATS, like whatever goes, so it's a lot of fun.
That's awesome. No, really, really great to hear it. And of course, American Truck Sim and Euro Truck Sim and all the early games you're playing. What other games are you usually playing on the stream as of recent?
So I've been doing a lot of Fortnite. A lot of people are like, "Whoa, that's a huge change," but that's actually like something I've been playing, since it came out. Do Farming Simulator, Power Wash Simulator, Gas Station Simulator. Like I play so many different games. Like I'm a variety kind of guy. I think I've got a little over 3,700 hours in American Truck Sim.
Wow,
and
nice.
3,000 plus hours on Farming Sim. Throughout all the farming sims and everything. So I just play until I get a little overwhelmed with it, and then I kind of just move on, because I never want to be burnt out on one of my favorite games. I play them for a reason, so I try to change it up as needed, and I always go back to them.
That's cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm also into my simulation genres a lot. I play a lot of those kind of games, but I gotta be honest, maybe some people will be shocked about this, maybe others not, but I've never tried Fortnite. Darius, have you?
No, but I mean, I know that Nisha has similar, like she plays Fortnite a lot, and she is a fan of our games, which is interesting. Maybe there could be something to it, like
Yeah.
So there's actually a lot of streamers on the Facebook side that play American Truck Sim and then go over and stream Fortnite as well. So, I mean, it's kind of different for me. I like it. My kids play it. You know, I try to play before all the kids are out of school because they're just way too good. Yeah, they're way too good.
I was gonna say, do they beat you? Are they better than you?
Oh man, it's embarrassing. Like, yeah, the worst part is it's like some 10 or 11-year-old. It's like,
oh no. Hey, you got to remember that they're growing up with it. They're learning it from a young age.
Exactly.
So, times have changed. So
no, it's awesome.
Kind of in blood. But that's cool that you can play together with your kids and stuff like that as well sometimes. So, but yeah, they kick your butts. That's what I've
Oh,
done
they
as
definitely do for sure.
No, chat. I haven't played Fortnite. Though I've heard there's a lot of characters now and a lot of crazy things on Fortnite, and people keep telling me I should try it at some point. So,
but I think you should live a little. Give it a shot.
Give it a shot. It's just always the thing of like, it's more of a young kids game. Oh my goodness! Whoa!
What happened?
I think I hydroplaned a little bit.
Yeah, it's a bit wet out on the roads, and he just.
Well,
my bad.
Well, if it's gonna make any better, like we couldn't see it on the stream, so
Darius was a little bit far behind to see what happened. I saw it, but
oh man,
do you know what? That was not. That was not human error. That was just a bit the weather. The weather.
Yeah, it's 100% weather. That's not my fault.
Out here today.
Company I'm working for should have gave me better tires.
Exactly. I couldn't agree more. That's dangerous stuff there from the company. So, good stuff. Good stuff. Well, time is running out fast here on the stream for us, but we appreciate you again coming along. I know time zones are a little bit whack, and obviously around work schedules and streaming schedules as well. Again, folks, make sure to give AbruptGaming a follow if you'd like to see some of his streams and content. Kind of streaming between Facebook and Twitch at the moment, but you can find the links there, and Nightbot is posting. Make sure to.
I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, and you definitely catch one of his streams and say hello. Of course, we'll be popping in as well every now and again as well. So yeah, definitely go give him a follow.
I'm super energetic. I got lots of energy. I'll sing to you. I mean, I dance. I do a little bit of everything. Yeah.
There you go. Like, you can make karaoke requests, chat.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Already 10 times better than us.
Until I fall over.
Oh man, I should have requested running in the 90s when we were doing the race.
Kind of like drifting kind of style, like
yeah, just like singing. Oh, it's too late now. Maybe next time.
Too late. Yeah, nah, that's so good. That's so good. But otherwise, yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun trucking with you and getting to know you, and hopefully you've enjoyed your time with us on the road as well, because
I have.
It's been a real pleasure, honestly, to have you along, and of course somebody that has so much experience as well with real life trucking as well. It's always great to know that you enjoy our games as much as you do trucking in real life as well. And of course, good to see that you've got the setup and you can show off your real life skills and transfer them into the game as well. So I guess it goes both ways. We've seen plenty of people who have gotten their CDL from playing our games, and also then transferred their driving skills from real life into our games. So it's great to see.
Can we give 1 minute to the chat for any questions, by the way?
Yeah, chat. Yeah. If you have any questions, feel free.
Sorry, I cut you off there.
To post them.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, you can continue. It's just in the meantime the chat is gonna spam the questions.
Yeah, all I was gonna say is I actually know a lot of people that have gotten their CDLs from playing this game. They fell in love with it so much. A lot of them. People play this game. Either they have a passion for it, or they had a family member or something play it, or did it in real life, and they jump on and fall in love with it, and next thing you know, they're hauling your groceries or something,
That's great. So, chatting the question, what's your favorite truck? I think we mentioned this at the start, but just for those who missed out.
If I had to pick my ultimate truck, I would say the 359 Peterbilt. I love the curved dash in them. I like the long noses. Anything Peterbilt, I'm a big fan of. But I'll drive pretty much anything. I have driven pretty much everything.
That's great. Any other questions there, chat, that you'd like to ask AbruptGaming before we have to turn off the road here and rest up our trucks? What is your favorite mod to use? Do you have a favorite mod?
So I don't know the exact name of it because it kind of changes through updates. But I love the huge oversized loads, like where they have to use the steerable dolly trailers, like, and they're just so unrealistic that it's just amazing. Like, the bigger the better. I love them.
Couldn't agree more. Mark asking, what's the best way to back in a tight area? Do you start 90 degrees from where you're starting or diagonal?
So what I usually do, if it's like super tight, I try to keep it to where I'm not on my blind side. If I have to do a blind side back in, just take your time and really just work as much as possible. But I try to always keep it to where I'm not. And then that way I know if I stay as close as absolute possible with the back of my trailer, I'm going to be okay, But I mean, oh man, I even missed my turn. But there's, it all just depends on the situation too. Like what kind of, tight spot you're backing in. Is it blocked on one side? Like, I think every situation is different for sure.
Can we actually somehow continue go straight and there's a gas station or rest stop over there and stop at the rest stop?
Oh, on the... I mean, there's a mechanics here,
yeah,
I guess. Oh, there was also a car there, but that's also gone.
Did I hit the car?
No, I did.
Oh,
I did as well. What a coincidence. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. I guess... Can we turn right here and just go into this little industry area, maybe?
You want to just go in one of these places over
Yeah,
here?
why not? We'll just go there instead. We'll just go there. Another question in the chat. What's the longest trip you've ever taken, driving wise?
So I went from Pennsylvania all the way to California. That's probably the longest one I've done in one shot.
Wow.
That was a pretty long drive. When you're in a bigger truck, you're limited. You get 10 hours. You're having to... Oh, this gate don't open. You're going to have to go to one of the other ones. Go ahead.
I'll back up here. It's okay. I'll give you some space.
You're limited on what you're able to do hour-wise, but... yeah, that's probably my longest one. Now, not in a big truck. We used to drive 1,100 miles in one shot every week, twice a week. I mean, it was very normal for us.
Sheesh.
Going back and forth to work.
Grief. Yeah, I can't personally imagine doing that much driving, but
yeah, this one don't go open either. I need to find
doesn't?
one with
Oh
a sign.
my
I need to find one with a sign that says where I can get a load.
It's fine. Eventually,
Listen,
we'll find something that will open.
Nobody wants us. It's like everyone's heard about our reputation on the road, and nobody's willing to accept us. Oh, there's a plane landing over here. Look at that. Look at that go. And let's have a look here. Let's see.
I don't think there's anything down here.
There's another set of barriers here, but I don't think it will go. And I'm just gonna go all the way to the end and just hope that this airport's
There you go.
open.
If you turn right and then make the next left, we'll be able to pull in up there.
Yeah, that's the airport. We're gonna head into the airport. We can do that, hopefully. If not, worst comes to worst, we'll just park up on the road. It'll be okay. Docker asking, I know we just kind of talked about this, but I'm pretty new to ETS 2. Any advice on learning to back up a truck? I always seem to get in a bit of a mess.
Yeah, it's hard because if you've never backing a trailer up, it's hard because if you do it outside the cab, it's going to feel completely different than inside the cab. It's all opposite, If you're inside the cab, if you look in your right mirror, you want to turn left if you want your trailer to go that way. If you look in your driver mirror, you want to turn right if you want your trailer to go that way. Just look at it and think opposite, left, right. But being out of the cab is even harder because it's completely opposite of that. Like, it's so weird. I think you just gotta just take your time. Just take your time with them. What I normally do is I try to pull up, turn, and then turn again. That way my trailer's already kind of pointed at where I'm going to back in, and then I kind of just walk it in from there.
Good advice. I like to hear it. I like to hear it. I'm not sure if they're going to let us in here because it's...
Oh, yeah, they're going to
no,
let us in here.
no, don't listen. It's a security check. Okay. But this doesn't go here, but we're just going to pretend it does. Amazon. Yep. There we go. So we can pull up. Do you know what? I'm going to do it. Let's go up onto the tarmac. I think we can get a really unique photo up here next to the aircraft. Why not? It'll be a good place to end it next to this.
You can pull right up in that one aircraft.
Yeah, you can go right inside of it. If I ditch the trailer, then maybe we can throw ourselves
Get all of our trucks in there.
You think all of us can fit in there? Is that possible?
If we take all of our trailers off, we might be able to.
Oh, let's try that. Let's try that. I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna ditch the trailer right here because I'm lazy. But alright, what do you think? We have to try reverse into it, or do you want to go forward?
I'm driving straight in it.
Yeah, okay. Let's go.
Oh, yeah, we
Darius, you
got
go
this.
Come on, boys, we're going to ETS2. Let's go.
Going to ETS too.
This is the secret. People don't know about this Easter egg, but if you actually drive through here, wait until a certain time, it actually teleports you to ETS2. That's oh, there's so much space in here.
There is. So much room for activities.
Handbrake. Dude, hang on, I need to look on the other side of this plane to see us out the back. That looks cool. All of us inside of an aircraft lined up like that. That is wicked. That is good. Can you see us, Darius, on the camera there? He's adjusting.
Yeah, I'll just move a little bit.
Look how cool that looks.
There we go.
I don't think I've even been in here before. This is cool. I like it a lot. I like it.
You can't drive out the other side. Just FYI. I tried. I just wrecked my truck.
Oh, really? That's disappointing. We need to fix that. All right. Let's take a photo in here if we can.
I'm not sure if this is gonna be. Wait. Okay, we're good.
There it is.
You got it? You got it? Photo, please. That's what I'm doing right now. And I need to. Oh, it's the settings on. Like, there we go. Just do that and do that. This will be our group photo. How awesome does that look, chat? Inside of a plane. I don't think we've ever done that before. That is a first for us. That is an SCS first. I like it a lot.
Right.
Well, chat, unfortunately, we have run out of time so quickly. I'm kind of sad about it, actually. I'm not going to lie. I feel like we could continue trucking on for hours on end. But we've had such a wonderful time here with AbruptGaming. It's been a real pleasure having you on the stream driving. Thank you for sharing all of your knowledge and memories. And it's honestly just great to be able to drive with you. So we appreciate you.
Oh, thank you guys. I had a blast. I really did. I appreciate everybody that came in, watched, and this game's amazing. I love it.
Thank you. No, it's all good, and hopefully we can have you back at some point, or if not, like Darius mentioned, maybe we can head over to your stream at some point as well. So we'll definitely talk and meet up and chuck again in the future. But for the time being, chat, that is all we've got time for today. Thank you all for being here as well. We hope you enjoyed the stream. Remember, there's some parts of this stream that you shouldn't clip, otherwise we might get in trouble.
I hydroplaned, by the way. I hydroplaned. That was.
Listen, he hydroplaned, and now we're in a plane. So I mean, it's just how it works. So, but as always, I feel like Darius, are you looking for somebody to raid at the moment? Is that what you're doing?
Maybe.
Maybe not.
Maybe.
But before we disappear again, please make sure to give AbruptGaming a follow on their social. It's been spammed in the chat by Nightbot. You can find him at facebook.com/AbruptGamingXP. That's where he's mainly streaming. But you can find him on other platforms too, as well as Twitter, Instagram, and on Twitch as well. So make sure to go give him a follow. Go give him a lot of love. Go support his streams. He's a great guy. And, of course, lots of great streams on the road ahead as well. But before we disappear, chat, do not go anywhere, because what we like to do around here, a little tradition we have, is to find somebody who's streaming in the community right now that we may or may not know about on Twitch to raid. Is where we take all of you lovely people and we go to another stream with all of you and go surprise them.
Well,
So Darius,
so
have you found
there is
anybody?
this person, I don't think we've raided him ever before. And
Okay.
his name is actually Fluffy_Tracker, which I absolutely love.
Fluffy Trucker.
And the stream title says Coffees and Convoy, which is absolutely
and Convoy.
perfect. Yeah, Abrupt,
That is.
by the way, coffee or tea? Just a quick...
Coffee.
Oh, okay,
Coffee.
okay.
Damn.
Listen, right here.
The
This
British
thing
in
is-
me is screaming.
It's religious. I get up in the morning, I jump on the virtual truck, and I got my coffee. I'm not even joking. I'll drink 5 or 6 cups. By the time I go downstairs, I'm shaking. I got so much energy.
Oh, listen, I think it's a fake religion. But anyway, we're going to move on. All right, well, chat, thank you again so much for being here. We're going to go raid Fluffy Trucker, who's also doing some American truck simulator as well. Coffees and Convoy, so Trucking It Baby, been streaming for the past 3 hours and 27 minutes. So let's go give them a surprise. Let's go give them a big hello and a lot of love from STS Software. Remember, you represent the best community ever, so be on your best behavior. But until then, we'll see you next time. Look out on our socials for more stream announcements. We've got a couple planned in the future. But until then, take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are. And we'll see you again on the road soon. See ya.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
See you guys.